Cary Vance here in Miami at the Fountain Blue, One Music Ave and RadioRd with Oneduo.
How are we doing with Cary's going on, Cary?
I don't know. I think a Oneduo, I would have thought it would have been two people. But is it one and then a duo? Like, is that really what it is?
We found this guy 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. We handed him. We're still trying to figure out the story. When we say 1 plus duo, you get 3. We like to challenge people with mathematics.
No, it is. But I also think it leads to, like, a lot of artists sometimes, have featuring, but it's like one duo featuring, right? And then you could have 2 duos, 3 duos. No, but it's a great name, but you got to get a lot of people that go, I thought it was 2.
And that's a conversation. And next year we'll show up with 6. Just to confuse you even more. Keep at it.
It'll be 2 times one duo.
You need a bigger table.
No, that's good. Yeah, well, instead of the 6-footer, we'll get the 8-footer. So, what's exciting? What's new? What's happening with you guys? What are you working on music-wise?
So I think one of our biggest things right now is, pre-COVID, we were very focused on, the sound and, Oneduo, like, what are we? What's our sound? What's our story? And during COVID, we were doing a lot of TV, film, music, because he's big in the sync world. And it really gave us the time to experiment in all different sounds. So I think, the new Oneduo 2.0, if you want to call it, we're very experimental, and we're just getting in the studio and creating whatever we feel is right in that time. And, it may be something that doesn't work for us, but it will work for another artist, or maybe a movie or something like that. Whatever we think feels right in that day, that's what we're working on, and we haven't been happier.
During COVID, everybody took like a step back, but you guys being a trio, even though you're one duo, right? Was it hard to communicate with you? Were you doing a lot of stuff over Zoom?
So we did a lot of stuff over Twitch.
Okay.
And we did like some gaming stuff. We did some live shows during COVID, which is interesting, like it on video live. It built like a very close relationship with some of the fans there, and it kind of enabled us to still kind of portray everything we were doing with music during a tough time, right? So it allowed us to kind of move forward using the technology with Twitch. And learn to adapt in different ways. Yeah. They live together, and I'm 5 minutes away.
Oh, so then you guys get.
So it was easy to work together.
Did you keep the bedroom doors shut because you didn't want to risk like?
You run the risk of the audio just completely coming together,
How different is the sync world, right? I mean, that's a lot of money in the sync world. But is it, in your opinion, is it harder to get a sync than it is to get radio play?
I mean, it depends. It's about what we know in sync. So I happen to be in the world already. So I make my living off of sync a lot, but it's very different, but also the same in the way that they like things that are catchy and melodies that, how to work. So we're trying to bring that kind of concept to EDM and electronic music in a way. So it works together in a way.
So when you sit with the members of Oneduo and you sit down to write a song or produce a song, are you taking that into consideration when you're creating music?
100%. There's so much experimental stuff in the sync world that there's a lot where like, we never thought of something. It opens up the doors and like, they'll give a brief of, a page, and you read it and you're like, that's smart. You're out experimenting and you're like, wow, we need to incorporate this and some of the stuff that we're doing, and it works. It goes hand in hand. And a lot of the things we realize, what we're making, nothing is going to waste anymore. True. Because there was a time when we would be making things and, we're like, we don't know if it fit for us, we don't know where to pitch it to. And now it's like, all right, well, if we have a place for it, let's pitch it to a show, a movie, or a WWE theme song, or something like that. So nothing goes to waste anymore.
Put out as our own. We'll just put in and look at it.
No, that's great. So we're here in Miami. It's the big week for dance music. The whole world transcends on Miami, and for a week, that's all anybody talks about, right? There's a lot of young people trying to break into the music business that are here. If you were to give a piece of advice to an up-and-coming artist, what would it be?
Consistency. Do not worry about the number. Do not worry about the plays. Be consistent and post every single day what you're making. As much as you don't think you're an influencer, at the end of the day, when you're making music, in this industry especially, it's important to be in front of the people. And it's the easiest way to connect with fans, right? So, it's like most free marketing that you can do. Keep putting it out there and just promote consistency, because I think that's the most important part of being a musician.
But also have fun with it. It's like absolutely like going back to just what got us into making music, and like what interests you and getting into is a trade. The point is what ends up being successful. Like making what we like you create, what you thrive off of. That's what other people like.
And do you find yourself, like we live in a very like TikTok world today, do you find yourself, like when I talked to Duke and Jones, you know, they sent me a song that was 1:40. And they were like, well, you know, the guy told us I need a song in like an hour. If he had given us an hour and a half, you know, I would have made it 2:20, right? But I mean, they basically just did the, you know, the couple of seconds of it to get TikTok. Do you find yourself?
We started a lot of songs. Beat for TikTok, we'll just pick out what a segment for TikTok, and then people love it. And we got to turn this into an end song there.
Yep. We almost are at a point where we're letting the fans curate what we're putting out. We'll put out 14 songs a week on TikTok, and you know we get there. The TikTok comments are real. Like they'll tell you what they're looking. Sometimes they don't like it, unless they like it, and you know they're curating what we're putting out, which is like it's a real connection with the pods. Like we know what they want to hear.
Now, I do something called Cary's Quickies when I end my interviews. I don't think I've ever done it with a trio. That's a duo. That's a trio. But no, I've never done it with a trio. So I've done it with two people, and I've said answer at the same time. So this could get a little crazy. But this is a chance for your fans and maybe even you guys to get to know each other a little better. All right? So you can feel free to say it all at the same time. Hot or cold?
Hot.
All right. Fast or slow?
And
What's the fastest you've driven a car?
on the Autobahn in Germany. On the Autobahn in Germany. We're going kilometers to miles per hour, though. No, I would say, what do you think we went?
it was 260 kilometers.
Do it at 170 here, maybe?
Like that, yeah.
Mashed potato, baked potato, or French fry? All right, we had one different.
He's got to go.
You're out.
He's got to go.
That's good. Pool or ocean?
Bullshit.
Ocean. Or ocean, yeah.
Hard or soft?
Hard. Unless we're talking taco salt.
See, I like it. And you went there. He's not even like, I'm not.
Yeah, you caught him. Five the world's on that one.
Before you go to sleep at night, you're curling up with a good book or watching TV?
Watching TV, yes, and yeah. That's the ADHD.
Reality or comedy?
Comedy.
Fact or fiction?
Fiction. I'm a fact guy.
Recreational or medicinal?
Recreational.
Recreation. Nah, neither. It's like,
I like it.
all right, I'm the one guy that's scared he thinks he got the Fed.
Sweet, sour, or salty?
So sweet, salty.
I mean, if one of you said salad, would have had all of them, right?
Not that hour, yeah.
Something breaks in the house. You fixing it or you're hiring somebody?
He's fixing it for all of us.
We're fine. Yeah.
I don't know how to change a light bulb. He'll change every light bulb in your house. So there goes.
Flush or firm?
Flush.
What's the last song each member of Oneduo has sang in the shower?
Simple and by beach ceiling.
I don't even want to hear my own voice, so I don't sing in the shower.
I don't think he's anything going on in his brain in the shower. He's just abandoned there. Just God.
It's just not so much going on.
Well, Oneduo, thank you for spending some time on One Music Gab and Radio Road.
You do so much. Have it much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.